Does it? Yeah, it's got one on it. Well, I never do a Tuesday. Well. Thank you very much. I send you the sticker.
All right. That was a good little break. A good bunch of people showed up. Hiking club people. While I was sitting there on the bench, having a couple crackers and yeah. But here we go again. Oh, I gotta make a couple more adjustments here. Hold on. It's just windy enough for this hat to blow off my head. So I had to cinch my strap a little. All right. Plug my charger back in. Almost forgot about that. Yeah, there's just something about them little square peanut butter crackers, man. I'm addicted to those. I see doggies. Doggies. Hello. Good boy. Let's see if I can tighten up this. Oh, hold on. I don't know what it is with this one pole. Just really noisy. Let's try that. I actually think it's the top one, huh? Oh well. It is what it is. Hey.
Hello. I think we're going to come back here.
such a bad habit of well, let's put it this way. Every time I see someone riding a bike, I had to make sure there's nobody behind me. I always notice that they have their seats way too low. Now, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to ride a bike because you can do it any way you like, but you want to ride comfortably and be able to ride for long distances. When your downstroke is all the way down on your pedal, your legs should be almost straight. A slight bend in your knee. Anything more than that, you're working your legs way too hard. Hey. Yeah, a good majority of the reason why people give up on bike riding is because they just don't do it right. If you set your bike up right, your handlebar height, your seat height, the length from the seat to the handlebars, all that has to fit you. There is a small, medium, and large frame size on bicycles, and a lot of people don't know that. You go to a bicycle dealership instead of Walmart, and you'll notice on the bicycles that they actually have the sizes listed on the down tube under the seat. You'll see a small, medium, large, and the number. But it makes a difference in how long and how comfortable you can actually ride. Now, I learned all this the hard way by riding bicycles wrong forever. When I bought my first mountain bike, I bought it at a bike shop. And I went in there all cocky and thinking, yep, I want that one right there. Oh yeah, that's the one I want. Great, far out. I expected to leave with it. Well, that bike was way too big for me. Literally way too big. And I thought bigger, better, right? Nope. Because you're reaching too far to the handlebars from the seat. Puts too much strain on your back. You get the right size bike and you're sitting more upright, which gives you the perfect momentum when you pedal. If you're leaning over and you try to pedal, it's like, I don't know, it's like trying to crawl on your hands and knees, or your hands and feet. It's the same feeling, you just don't get anywhere. But the more of an incline your body is compared to your hip, the easier it is to pedal. So little by little, I learned how to ride a bike by learning about bikes. And once I got the bike fitted to me, which was a totally different bike than the one I expected to get, and a lot cheaper, because I wasn't buying something I didn't need. But anyway, I still have that bike that I had fitted for me, and it was made by Giant, and it was one of the best bikes I've ever had in my life. I put probably 6,000 miles on that bike. Yeah, I rode that thing everywhere. It's pretty wore out now. The shifter only has 2 gears that are good. The brakes need to be replaced. The derailleur is shot. I only have 2 gears left in the rear. Yeah, I rode that thing hard. One day I'm going to rebuild that. I know I will. But I want to save that for when walking is harder. And I can still get movement in my hips and knees on a bicycle. And not so much jarring from walking. I think I might know what the problem. Hold on. I think I might know what my problem is here. You can look at the field while I'm doing this. I gotta adjust a little bit more. Let's go down. I want to adjust my poles down another inch. I think that's the reason things aren't cooperating with me. There's one. Okay. They're more comfortable, but they're still noisy. The problem is the tube that slides up into the other tube is hitting the walls of inside the other tube. It's making that twanging noise. But it is more comfortable lowering it that inch with this pavement. This trail used to stop right here. Used to be a gate right here. And this right here is just where you could park. Years ago, I said on the last video that this used to be basically a trail for each peanut butter crackers came back up. But this used to be like just a old dirt road with grass growing in the middle of it. 2 strips for tires. Years and years ago. Not this part. From right there on. Used to be that. This used to be no wider than a 4-wheeler. Barely a 4-wheeler. Like 2 deer trails wide. It used to be just a hiking trail. Years ago. But they decided to widen it out and turn it into a bike trail, which was kind of cool, or a multi-purpose trail. But it's fun to ride on. It's easy to ride on. The other side of the bike trail, on the other side of the lake, is part of the main road. So they had a good jump on that side. I do believe this is still the first pavement. I don't think they've repaved it since they've done it. And it's still in really good shape. There's some places that have been patched here and there, but for the most part, it'd be good for rollerblading and maybe even skateboard if you want to go that far. Another doggy. I usually let the other people say hi first. That tells me if they're nervous about the camera or not. And he kind of seemed like he was, so he put his head down and moved way over. So I didn't say anything to him. People are pretty easy to read when it comes to that. But for the most part, most people don't even care, or maybe don't even notice. But first person I've seen running. Hey! Just like that. I didn't say hi first. Even though he didn't look at me. But that's alright. I get it. I'm kind of moving along here. This is a pretty nice section of woods. We can slow it down a bit. It is only like 4:30. Oops. I think there's something crawling on me. There's my hair. It's hard to say. Hair's getting long. But when you have a backpack on, You never really know. Things crawl all over you. Yesterday I was going home from, not yesterday, the last time I went hiking, I was going home, and all of a sudden I hear this fluttering, like buzzing fluttering right next to my ear. I'm like, what the hell? And I couldn't get it out. I thought it was a bee. So I pull over the side of the road, quickly, slam on the brakes, look in the mirror, and it was a moth just trapped in my hair. I was like, oh man. Poor thing. But it wasn't a bee, so that was cool. Well, we're getting easy miles today. But that's okay. It was all about the miles. I would rather have 5 to 6, 7 miles of a little bit more strenuous than a paved roadway. I like my peaks and rougher trails. I really enjoy hiking on those. They're a little bit more of a workout. You combine that with some distance and you feel good about yourself. But this is still good. I don't mind this. It's just a little too easy for me. But an after work hike, this is pretty good. You can just get the miles in and go. We'll be coming up on the yurts here pretty quick on the right. I'm definitely not going to go down in there because I for sure know they're going to be rented right now. But this Glendalough State Park offers 2 yurts that you can rent. Glendalough yurts ahead. And it's kind of neat. It's kind of like a little homestead they got set up for it. There's 2 of them. One is called the Eagle and one is called the Osprey. But I'll give you a view of this one. The other one's off to the right over there. They look identical. But you can rent those and stay in them. I don't know what the deal is or whatever, but yeah, kind of cool. They got the wood set up for it. Oh, wow, is this water? God damn. How hot is that? Let's see if it works. I don't know. Oh, it's a well, you dork. Well, lift to fill. Okay. I guess it doesn't work. What the hell? I'm not even going to play with it anymore. So it must work because there's water all over the place. I guess I'm just not intelligent enough to figure it out. But, okay. Maybe you got to pump it a hell of a lot more than just a couple times I did. But anyway, we're going this way. We're just about off the pavement. But that doesn't mean we're off the bike trail. Tripped over it. That helps it. Now, if you go straight, that's actually the borderline of the park. That road is the borderline. This side is park, that side's private. But you can walk down to the road and walk all the way around if you really want to get the extra miles. But most people don't do that because the road that's out there has a very narrow shoulder. And it's a little bit of a jaunt from there all the way to the main gate of the park. So oh boy, you should feel that heat coming off there. You can see the lake over there. We're still going around, kind of going around the lake. Now we're actually in the no man's land between the two lakes. And I always get the two lakes confused, so I'm not going to mention any names. Every time I watch a video that I made and I mention the name of a lake, it's wrong. So I'm not doing it anymore because I look like a dork. Or even more of a dork than I am. But yeah. So right here, you can continue on the bike loop and come back around to the park. But it goes all the way around to the main gate. And I don't really want to do that. Plus I want to get off the pavement. Because it's just, to me, it just doesn't feel hiking. I'm sorry to say. I need rough. But I knew it'd be an easy way to get miles. So I did it today. And like I said, truthfully, I'm just getting so tired of pulling ticks off me every time I go out. I know it's the season for them, but jeez, man, come on. But all the other times, I've never put any protection on. I didn't spray with anything, you know, and so my own fault, I guess. But oh, I'm gonna stand here in the shade for a second. Ooh. Second's over. I don't like to stop long. You know, back in the day when I used to work out in the gym, you know, a lot of guys would do that. You know, cool down period in between each exercise. And that's one reason why I hated going to the gym with people. If I was going to do anything, I would do a cardio in between each one just to keep the warm-up going. You know, but maybe it's different for guys that want to be huge muscular bodybuilders. But I just wanted to stay fit and toned with a little bit of strength. So I was never really into the do 3 sets of 12, sit and talk about it for half an hour and then go do 3 sets of 12 with something else and sit and talk about that. It just wasn't my thing. You know, if you're going to go to the gym and socialize, then get on a treadmill. It is a warm day today. Holy cow. feeling it a little bit in my knees today for some reason. And I'm wondering if it's because of the pavement. Normally, I can hike for 4 to 5 hours each time I go out and never feel it in my knees unless I do a lot of downhill. Then I do, but yeah, it feels a little different today. Normally I feel it in my butt because I'm always climbing. Loud honeybee. Up that little trail. I'm kind of nosy. I want to see where this goes. That just goes down to the lake. I know. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it actually cuts back over to the left and goes right back over there. There used to be a house here years ago. The Charles dude that was in charge of the park or whatever had something to do with the park at the time. There was a couple of buildings here. I think one was up a little higher and then one down here. Actually shows them on a picture and one of these info signs along the trail, but we passed that a long time ago. Well, that actually took some of that knee jarring roughage away then. That was kind of nice. Definitely seen a few people today, but not near as many as I expected to, believe it or not. I expected to see a lot more being the Sunday before Memorial Day. But you know, some people actually celebrate the Memorial Day for what it is, you know, because it's not about hamburgers and beer and hot dogs and barbecues and camping. You know, there was a bunch of guys that stormed the beach so you can hang out on the beach. That's what it's all about. Ooh, wind in the face. Well, they put a bench here to look out, but I think they could have probably put it that way a little further. Unless they wanted it under the tree, but it really isn't under the tree, is it? Quite a view. We just hiked our butt all the way around that thing. And we gotta go, let's see, let's see, that's the camp area, the campgrounds, the very first video, but we're like way that direction yet. So yeah, we got a ways to go. Not a long ways, but a little ways for sure. And in this heat, it's gonna take a minute. I love these little green tunnels though. They make it so comfortable. Uneven ground. You take a step and you fall in a hole. You take another step and it's above the hole. Oof. I'd still rather this than pavement, though. I'm trying to build strength in the ankles and the calves and stamina because I want to do some of the really longer trails up north. In sections, of course. I'm not the kind of guy who can hike and backpack and hike and backpack and hike and backpack. Maybe for a night or two, but you know, I could not do like the Appalachian Trail. I'd have to have somebody waiting for me at checkpoints because, yeah, that's just too much time for an old boy like me. Maybe though, you know, I can't say I wouldn't do it. But somebody called me tomorrow and said, "Hey, want to go hike the Appalachian?" I'd say no. But maybe in a year, after all this training, that would be different. But as of right now, no way. I'm far from ready for that. And I'm not stupid to push myself to do it. I was born and raised in Massachusetts, and that Appalachian Trail runs right through Massachusetts. And I've hiked a little of it around the Beartooth Mountain area and just a bunch of Mount Everett, not Everest, the big mountain, but we have a Mount Everett back home. And it goes up into Vermont. I've hiked some of it up there in Vermont. But Bunt Trail, some of it's like this, but most of it no. Places you're going to find it like this are sections that are close to towns or close to national parks and stuff like that, where more people hike them for the day. But you get into areas where it's way back country and it's just a footpath that sometimes you can hardly see. It's just because nobody uses them. Probably the wildlife use them more than people do. But you know, more and more people are doing big through hikes nowadays, though, because the equipment nowadays is so well built and ready to go. And And everybody's different as to what they think they need for a 2,000-mile through hike on the Appalachian Trail. You know what I found interesting is most people do not carry food. They're all about the checkpoints and the trail angels and the restaurants and towns. You know, they very rarely bring food with them because it's just that extra weight. You got to cook it. You got to have things to cook with. You know, for most people, it's all about, you know, hike, get tired, lay down, go to sleep, and get up and do it again. The voices you're hearing right now are in a campsite over there. And the river's actually over there, so they may be in the river too, canoeing. Because you can use a canoe to get from one lake to the next. We're going to cross that river here in a minute on a bridge. But the other day I was over here hiking and I parked where the group camp parking area is, and I think that's the people you're hearing up there in that group camp. Ooh. I like to say this is the home stretch, but not quite yet. We got to get across the river and up past the beach and fishing dock area. Then that'll be the home stretch. We're still actually working our way around the lake yet. Well, you can see the bridge. Oh yeah, there's people kayaking or canoeing or something just going under it right now. Tubing. Cool. We'll get up there and watch them fade away. That'll be a neat shot. That looks fun.
It's a good time. Pretty stressful though.
Stressful? You better get a beer then. Cool people everywhere. Oh, well, that was our first hill we climbed in a while. I gotta say, it wasn't even nothing of a hill, but all right. We're getting close to the home stretch. Oh, I gotta grab another drink of water here. Yeah, we were just over there. Going around that big lake over there. Water on command. I just dig that. Whew. Man, oh man. You get out in these open fields. This is the wrong time to be in the sunshine. Woo! It is hot. We could go that trail right there, but I don't know how far down. They got campsites set up, so we're gonna go up a little ways and then cut across, just to not be imposing. I'm not sure what the deal is with this triangular string thing, but okay. Maybe they just don't want cars going through here or something. I don't freaking know. Stop making accusations about stuff you have no clue. Whew. Hi. Quite a few cars here. All this really is a picnic area, a little bit of a beach, a fishing pier, and a Kwanzaa hut type building. You want to have a banquet or a family reunion or some stuff like that. Yeah. When I fish, this is usually where I come. Not here, but to this lake. Probably can't hear me at all with the wind in my face, so. Oddly enough, for this area being so large or whatever, that's the only bathroom. You'd think it'd be a bigger building, it's like at least 4 stalls or something, but it's really weird. Let's go this way just to avoid anybody laying on the beach, so they won't be embarrassed on camera. It's actually the first time I stood here and looked at this from the inside. Looks like somebody might have left something laying behind. Oh, there's a campground right here. Let's see. Somebody's cooking something good. Oh. Okay, back on trail. This is the way we came earlier today. So was how we started. So now we're basically on the home stretch. I just got to get around this little lake. Not around it, actually about straight that way, then go up over and take a right across the road, and we'll be there. From here, 3/4 to a mile maybe is about what we got left. Oh man, that's right. I forgot. I was talking like I was gonna go to the next town closest to me and grab a burger or something. But I got some seafood cooking at home. I forgot about that. I got a seafood blend in the crock pot. I pre-cooked everything this morning. There's some ducks right here. I'm going to sneak around this bush. Canadian geese. Very nervous right now. I'm going to leave them alone because they might have youngins around or planning on it. All the birds are just getting pushed over here toward the shoreline. Whew. Okay. One last look around here. Whew. Quite breezy out here today. Alright. Let's give her hell and get back there. This little ridge right here is our only challenge for the day. That trail right there just goes back to the road, but there's a little parking area just up there a little ways where you can't drive down in here any further. But that's where I park, and I'll come down in here and I'll spend the day hanging out at that table and fishing. Nobody comes down here for some reason. I don't get it. It's like they don't know about it or what. But every time I come here, there's no one here. Every single time. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a nice spot. It's almost a trailhead. And you can get to a couple of trails from here. But this little peak right here is our only challenge for the day. And it's not really much of a challenge. Not after what I've been doing lately. I gotta say, I'm impressed with myself because when I first started hiking this year, I was actually struggling a few times doing things that should be relatively easy even for a person my age. So, and now I'm way past those. Just that little ridge right there we just went up, I would have had to think twice. You know, take my time, breathe a little harder. But now I'm whipping up them. There's the van. All we gotta do is get down around this, cross that road, and it'll be snack time. But we gotta check out this view. Right now it is 5:22 p.m. Sun is behind me. That's awesome. It's quite a view. As you can hear, the highway's not that far. That is really cool. Right now I just want to run down that hill and jump in the water. It is so hot out here. But this is part of my training. I want to be able to do this in the hottest weather possible in this area. I need to get up north and get some miles in up there. The terrain is different, a lot more steeper in places, but even the bugs you got to get used to in different areas. Like last fall I went up north to do some bow hunting, and you know, if you don't go up there ahead of time to learn the area, which I didn't do, and I got up there and oh my god, I was just attacked by all kinds of different kind of bugs that we didn't have a problem with, 100 miles south. I was like, crap. So I had to go into a town and get supplies and start all over again just because of the weather. And the bugs. It's like, well, I came prepared, didn't I? But anyway, I need to get up there and some good hikes in on some steeper, rougher terrain and get myself acclimated to that area too. But we made it. So see you on the next one.